Alright, so this is going to be a tutorial for Street Secret Agent and 00 Agent. The first thing you're going to want to do is watch the opening cutscene. So here it is here. Now there's two opening cutscenes you can get, and these will come into play later. This one is the one guard cutscene. He's in a building, one guard. There's three guards on the road. Just know that they'll come into play later. But you want to watch them both. Some people will cut the second cutscene. I don't like doing that because there's a certain guard who I'll show you in a bit coming up right now. That guard on the right, and he's in a good spot there to boost you. Some people think cutting the second cutscene gives him a better shot at boosting you, but I disagree. And as well, cutting a cutscene messes with the timer, and we do a lot of really timer-heavy stuff on this level, so you need to remember what the timer is at all points. So you want to strafe, like I strafe through here, and keep going towards Valentin's little house, and you can get 2 or more boosts. Here's one, so you can get that boost. You can get boosted from the first guard I was talking about. That's the 2 usual boosts. There's 2 other really rare ones that can happen, but you can get them too. You want to get at least 1 boost to Val. And you want to turn in here and you want to pause right now. And the last visible decimal at that pause was 45.98, which is good. I should mention, you'll see as I go into the pause here, that I'm actually starting this level in Control Style 2.2, and I'm switching to 1.2 now. The reason for this is because when you start in Control Style 2.2, you start the level at full speed. And since I don't have to change strafe, it's all a single right strafe to Val, you can get away with 2.2 control styles. I don't have to do stuff on both controllers. I can just set the second controller to cruise control upright, and it's strafing right for me. So I'm going to pause here and go to 1.2. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to strafe Valentin out of his little box as far into the street as I can. And this is very, very similar to what I do on Statue, if you're in a Statue record video. You need to strafe Valentin out of the box as far as you can. So I'm going to run in here and strafe him. Now the problem is there are anywhere from 5 to 8 guards who will chase after me, and I have to kill them in order to continue strafing Val. So what you do is you come in here, strafe Val about 3 to 4 times, and then come out, and here's some guards. I want to kill the first 2 guards. 2 guards I want to kill quickly with 1 clip of my PP7. Then I want to switch the KF7 and take out the rest of the guards. So there's 2. Switch to KF7, and if you see I pulled back there, by pulling back as you're switching to KF7, you kind of have dead time. You can't shoot any guards while you're switching. But if you strafe backwards, Valentin can actually, you can kind of do 1 little extra strafe from there, which is good. So now I'm going to try to take out these guards. You want to be going for headshots. There's 5 guards dead, and get back to Valentin as soon as you can. I'm getting back to Val around 226. That's really, really mediocre. You want to be getting back to him. 228 is pretty good. 230 is pretty insane. So you want to strafe him basically to the door frame. Now, I'm in the door frame now. This is an okay Val strafe. I'm going to build speed on this little side of the door frame. Now, you see the timer right now is at 2:19:38. If you get 1 boost, you should try leaving at 18.7, 0 boosts 18.5, and 2 boosts 18.9 or 19.0. Valentin will get mad and fail the objective if you leave his radius too early. So this is a really, really tricky thing to time. You really, really, really need to... it's all feel. You can't get too far away too quick. If you build too much speed, you might take off too quickly. If you don't build enough, you might take off too slow and lose potentially saved time. So this is really all feel and experience. And I can do it really well. I can do it probably the best of anybody. Street Secret Agent is very much my level. It took a long, long time to figure out, but that's generally what I do. So 0 boosts 18.5, 2 boosts 18.7, or rather 1 boost 18.7, 2 boosts 18.9 or 19.0. You could even go more than that, but might be pretty insane. So here I leave about 18.55 is when I start moving, which is a little bit slow considering I had a boost and a pretty good pause. The pause, if you remember, was 245.98. With 0 boosts, you might get a 245.5 pause. The most insane you'll get is like 246.20 with 2 boosts. But anyways, this is fair. So you want to strafe away. Now you can get boosted right now. If the guards are left alive, they can boost you right now, which is okay. You'll see Objective A come up right now. So as soon as Objective A comes up, it's good to get boosted. But if you get boosted before Objective A comes up, you might actually leave Val's radius too quickly. So there's a ton of shit going on right there. It really is just all experience and feel, but eventually get the hang of it. So Objective A completed. Now I can leave Val's radius as much as I want, and this is pretty good. Now I'm going to pause it right here. This is what I call the critical point. It's kind of when you get back onto the main streets area, and the timer's 2:15:16. Now this is a 155 I got. It's my lowest 155 ever, actually. 2:15:16 at this critical point is okay. And the reason I use this point to compare is because whether you strafe Val or not, most people don't strafe Valentin yet. This point and the timer will always be consistent. The only time it won't be consistent is if you cut the cutscene. But, you know, if you watch some videos, for instance, Carl Jobst's 155s or Mark Rutsu's 155s, they are comparable here because they watch the cutscenes. Now, 2:15:16 is very, very, very average. You know, I said the leave at the Val door frame was a little bit slow. You know, if I left 0.4 faster, this would be 2:15:56, which would be pretty good. 2:15:16 can be achieved without strafing Val, and I believe strafing Val to save between 0.3 and 0.5 or 6 seconds. So, you know, this isn't very great. But it's still good enough for 155, and maybe even 154. But since I'm going for 154, I want to mainly have at least two 15.3s, 0.5s, 0.6s. Even a 216 might not be unheard of at this critical point. So you want to be very, very conscious of this. Some 155s have a 214.8 critical point. So that goes to show you that, you know, you can get 155 with pretty okay runs, and that, of course, 215.8 would be good enough for 154 for sure. And like I say, I want at least 215.3 to have a good shot. And soon enough, the timer's going to switch. Right there. So it's switched. Valentin contacted his associates. That's what it says in Japanese at the top. And it switched from counting down from 3 minutes to counting down to 6 minutes. Now the switch is pretty important too. Most people don't strafe Valentin, so the switch is a lot different. Strafing Valentin causes the switch to happen roughly 0.7 seconds later, and on this run the switch was 13.68. This means that if I didn't strafe Valentin and had the same critical point, it would have been a 14.3 or so, which is really, really insane. 14.3 is about the upper limit of what you can do without strafing Valentin. Now, with strafing Valentin and 2 boosts, I've had something like 14.1, 14.2 switches, which are the equivalent of 14.8 or 14.9 switches without having strafe Val. You can clearly see there, you know, I can save with strafing Val about 0.5, 0.6 seconds on the most insane runs without strafing Val. So that's why I do it. It's not a new strategy or anything. It's just, you know, I've been doing it since 2008, and very few people have done it as well, because it's not really needed for 155, but you probably are going to want to do it for 154. So the rest of the level is a lot like Streets Agent, except you're most likely not going to get a grenade launcher. Now, there is a guard here. He was shooting at some civilians. You can get a grenade launcher from him. Using it is very, very tricky. You'd be using it more like you do on Surface 1 Secret Agent. So if you want to pull up a video of that, and you see how you do different side boosts with it, you can't look straight down and boost like you do on Streets Agent. But the guard also has a ton of health, like 6 to 9 bullets, sometimes doesn't even kill him. So it's really, really hard to get. I might go for it if it's there, but for the most part, ignore it. The grenade launcher is not really a thing on Secret Agent. You just don't want to get back boosted by him or die if he does shoot a grenade launcher at you. So you keep strafing and strafe here. Now, 99% of the time, you will not get boosted here, but on this run, I get boosted twice on this straightaway, which is pretty insane. You can kind of get random boosts sometimes in this game, and these two are super, super rare. In fact, I think that's the only time I've ever seen them there. Turn this corner, I'm at 540. Usually you're going to be at 539.8, which is good. 2 boost saves about 0.5, 0.6, so that's where that time difference is coming in. But really, on most runs, you'd be at roughly, you'd be at 1 or 2 boosts to Val, and then 0 as of right now. Okay, so you could hear the rockets starting to be fired. At this point, you're going to strafe across this intersection. You're going to either hear rockets, or you're not going to hear rockets. This dictates what will be at the next set. So since I heard rockets, at the next set, there's going to be KF7s. But this is the current set. These guys actually have KF7s right here. They always do. The guards to my right have the rockets. So you can get 1 or 2 boosts going through this set. This is the first roadblock, we call it. So yeah, you can get a boost or 2 here, and I got the boost there. Now around this corner, I might attempt to get body armor around the corner, which I usually do on Agent. I won't try to get it if there's rockets here, so if there were KF7 guards on my right at the last set. But this is the middle roadblock. And as of right now, you can be at, usually a good run will be at 1 boost, if you're lucky to. So I turn the corner, I don't go for the body armor, and I strafe through this middle set. I kind of went wide to avoid back boosts. It's sort of debatable whether or not to do that, going for 154. I don't really feel like it loses that much time, and it really, really, really reduces the chance of getting back boosted. But it might waste time strafing all the way to the left. You can kind of go right through the middle there. You're usually going to get back boosted, but on runs where you don't, those exceptional runs, which are the world record runs, you'll get 2 or 3 boosts forward, which is really, really nice. And you'll see on this run, I only got 1 boost forward, which isn't great. At that roadblock, you're really, really hoping for 2 or 3. But 1-0 is okay. So right now I'm at 3-0 boosts. That's my boost ratio. We always keep a little ratio, how many boosts forward, how many boosts back. So if you hear 3-0, that means we've had 3 forward boosts, no back boosts. Something like 5-3 is 5 forwards, 3 backs, etc. And passing that little barricade, a mid-10 second here is really, really sick. Oftentimes with like 1 or 2 boosts only, I'll be at like a high 9, 9.6, 9.8. I was at like 10.5 there. That's insane. So this is a really good run right now. Now here, you can hear the rockets again. In this roadblock, you're probably hoping for rockets, because we don't get hit by them, usually, and you won't get back boosted. They can have KF7s, and if they have KF7s, 95% of the time you're going to get back boosted by them. You might get lucky and get through them without getting back boosted, which is really, really sick, but if they have rockets, you're guaranteed not to get back boosted. So you just got to avoid them. You got to learn the path. You got to know the path. You don't get back boosted. You want to make the turn. You usually want to pick up the body armor. It doesn't really matter. You're usually not going to have such terrible health, and you're not shooting yourself with a grenade launcher, so you don't need it. But anything in the 5 minutes at the body armor is pretty solid. For 154, you might want a high 5-minute or a 501. Continue strafing. You can get boosted by the guard who was just in your left there. That's a nice boost. And then you can get 2 or 3 to finish. I unfortunately got just 1. And you see the end timer was 51.90. There's the cinema. Didn't watch it because it's not 154, 112. And boom, 155. So that was a pretty solid run, all in all. So if you remember what I was saying, the end timer was 51.90, and the switch timer coming up here is about 2:13.68. So if you start from 3 minutes and subtract 2:13.68, that is 46.32 seconds. So keep that number in mind, 46.32. Actually, I'm going to put this up on screen. 213.68 switch you know, you can see clearly 46.32 seconds have elapsed. Now, if I skip ahead again to the ending, where I had a 451.9 end, and this timer started at 6 minutes. There you go. 6 minus 451.9 is quite clearly 1 minute 8 seconds point 10. So we'll bring that up on stream too. So 208.10 plus 4632 equals 2, or rather 1, 108.10. This all equals 154.42 seconds. So you might be asking yourself now, your total time is 154.42. Why didn't you get 154? Why was this run at 155? And the secret to remember is in the opening cutscene. You'll see I have the 1 guard cutscene. Now if we go to the actual run, you'll see it takes a little bit of delay here for the actual timer to come up. Like, there's the timer starts, the real in-game timer, but the displayed timer takes a little bit of time to come up. There. If you get the 1 guard cutscene, it takes an extra 0.75 to come up. Whereas the 3 guard cutscene takes an extra 0.85 to come up. So what you do is you have to add that in. So that cutscene was an extra 0.5 seconds. So now when we add this all up, we actually get 154.42 plus 0.75, which equals 155.17. And that gives you the total time of this run. So it was actually a very, very low 155. You know, 155.17 is pretty damn low. Really, that was 1 boost away, because the boost saves about 0.3. So if it was 155.1, another boost probably would have put into the 154 range. This game, the end timer, this 155 thing you see here, it doesn't round up or down. It simply truncates. So 155 in 0 frames shows 155. 155 in 29 frames shows 155. 154 in 29 frames shows 154. 0.17, that I guess is 6 frames away from 154. Yep, 6 out of 30. So this run was really close. It's the fastest 155 ever done to date. So yeah, that's really Street Secret Agent. Let's just watch the run once more and discuss in real time. So you watch the cutscenes, you strafe here, turn left, keep strafing. This is all in right strafe, of course, and remember to be using 2.2 control style at the start. Good boost there. Come in here and pause. Select 1.2 and come back up and strafe Val about 3 or 4 times to this door frame. Come on here, try to kill 2 guards with 1 clip of the PP7 and switch to KF7. Back strafe to strafe Val once more. Kill all the guards outside. There can be anywhere from 5 to like 7. Continue strafing Val, get him to the door frame and build speed on the door frame. Leave at the appropriate time here, 18.5, fine. Note the critical point, note the switch timer, and go. Like I say, I want a 14.1 switch ideally. That's like solid 154 potential. 13.9 is solid too. I'll probably quit out anything below 13.7 these days. Just strafe along and hope to get boosts. Turn the corner. This is the first roadblock. The rockets behind me means there'll be KF7s at the middle roadblock. There's a boost. So KF7s now. Do whatever you want. I do my thing to avoid them. Get another boost. So there'll be rockets sometimes too, and you have to play them differently if that's the case. Continue strafing. Note your time against this wall. 17.4 at the end of that wall was really good. Turn. Note your time against this little thing here. the barrier. Mid 10's good. I hear rockets, so that's decent. You might get KF7s here. I didn't. Turn the corner, maybe get the body armor. 5 minutes at the corner is really good. And hope for more boosts to end. In my estimation, it's going to take probably a very, very clean run with 5-0 boosts, or 5 more boosts than back boost to get 154. So, is it luck if guards boost you? Sort of, yes. But there are ways to take certain lines to increase the odds of guards boosting you. A lot of people say, oh, GoldenEye's all RNG, it's all luck-based. But it's not true. You have to be at a certain skill level before you have the potential to get a record. So 154, I feel like I'm the only person capable of 154 right now. And it took me a long time to get to that skill level. It's a lot like saying, you know what, I want to go shoot a 59 in golf. And it's really, you need to get to a certain skill level to be able to do that first. And then once you're at that skill level, you have to keep trying and trying and trying until it actually happens. But you need skill first. And just like this, I'm going to need a bit of a lucky run with 5 boosts and a good run, but I need to have that skill to be able to have that run in the first place. A lot of people get 155 or 156 with 8 or 9 boosts. In fact, Greg Wall famously got a 157 with, I think, 11 or 12 boosts and 0 back boosts. So yeah, it's a matter of getting the skill together and getting the good luck run together, and hopefully you get 154. I really want to get 154 because it'll be my first untied world record since 2009, and that'll be pretty cool to get one 5 years later. So yeah, if you're into that, that's what I'll be doing over the next little while on stream. And if you're not, that's cool too. I feel like if I get 154, I might play some Silo Secret Agent for 108, another untied. And if I get that, or if I get bored of GoldenEye, I will be going to Perfect Dark or Super Mario 64. So hopefully that gives you a little bit of a better understanding on Street's Secret Agent, or Double Agent, same exact level, same objectives. And until next time, stay true, and I will see you all later.